Wagwan, my viewers and subscribers. This is my black hen giving you a little of my mental state. Alright. Thank you all for supporting me, my black hen. You have been supporting me for the few months, and I'm grateful to have you all as a supporters. Alright, so tonight is just to give you a little about my mental state, my mental side. Alright, yes. So guys, as many may have heard before, so growing up I was a quiet child, right? Didn't talk much, but I was up and about doing just about anything that any little child would do. But during my teenager age, like after having my son, I realized that things weren't the same as it used to. I used to because I got pregnant in school. I didn't finish school, so that was a big disappointment for me. And so growing up during those time, I was quiet. All that was happening, I wouldn't share it with anybody. I used to keep it inside and never know that it was affecting me that much, right? But I think after I had my son, maybe before I had my son, but after I had my son, I realized that things weren't the same. There were so many things that was happening, and I could not just tell anybody, so I used to keep it to myself, right? And even the pregnancy, when I got pregnant, it was so rough. Didn't plan for that, but it happened, and so it took a toll on me. And so because I couldn't go to school anymore, because now I'm a mother, so I have to stop from school and I have to be doing the things that a mother should do. Now I'm doing the preparation to have my son and all of that. Yes, so it took a toll on me, not knowing at that time that it was that bring a toll on me. But after a time, I realized that I'm not functioning right. I start, like, I will tell you some of the symptoms that I was having. I was having, like, I was afraid if anything happened, any bad things happen in the community or anybody that I know. I was just afraid and worried, and I was just like sad. Most of the time I was sad, and no matter what was happening, it's like I couldn't find happiness. I couldn't show happiness, even though I may be happy, but I wouldn't show that happiness, right? And so growing up, I realized, no, this is not me, something is wrong. And after a period of time, it just continue. After having my son, I wouldn't go on the street. I would, even before I had my son, like when I got pregnant, I wouldn't go to the town. I wouldn't go nowhere, even to buy the clothes for the baby. And it was somebody who I asked to buy the clothes for me. Any little thing that I wanted to buy, I would give somebody the money to buy, because I wouldn't want to go on the road. I didn't want to go on the road to see my friends at school, and then they will see me and probably laugh or something. So I stayed in, and never knowing that it would take such toll on me. But guys, I would cry. There were days that I would just cry, not being able to go to school and staying at home and not having the friends, to talk to anymore and all of that. Yeah, so it took a toll on me. And then one day I said, no, this is not me. Something is wrong. It's like what, I don't know how to describe it, but I knew that I was afraid. If I go somewhere and I was alone, I would feel afraid. I would feel, drawn to myself, not socializing and all those stuff. So I realized that hey, something not right. So I need to go to see a doctor. And believe you me, I take myself and I went to it was a clinic. Yes, I went to the clinic and started to explaining to the doctor how I was feeling and all of that. And after telling, so he was asking me if I used to cry a lot and all the stuff. I don't remember if I told him yes I used to cry a lot. I don't remember if I did. But after a time I start realizing that yes, during the pregnancy I cried a lot because dropped out of school, have an expectation, and that expectation didn't meet. Then it was just sad. And so yes, I went to the doctor. When I went to the doctor now, he referred me to the psychiatrist, right? Yes, he referred me to the psychiatrist. And I was saying, psychiatrist? That means I'm a madman. And then me start worried now and I said, no sir, no go so me no know that name there. Me no know of no name. No, before that I was worried and I said, if people see me, I go a psychiatrist, them I go say me mad. And me start fret this again and until one day me just get breathe up and I say, you know what? I'm going, right? And so I took the letter to the psychiatrist. I see the psychiatrist. Yes, the psychiatrist it was a female. Her name was Goodin. I don't remember her first name now, but her name was Goodin. And she used to work at the San Diego Health Center. I don't know if she's still there, but that's where she used to work. And when I saw her, and I started to explain everything that I was going through, what the feelings was like and all of that, and then she said that that you have anxiety disorder. First time I hear the name there, the first time I'm hearing that name. I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about doctor work because I never heard of the name before. I know of any persons with that sickness, right? So, alright, so I said, no sir, I don't know nothing about that the name they know. No real. We never hear of that. I first met her. But anyway, catch myself up and I say, you know what? She had the doctor, so she must know because I explained everything that was happening, and this was then that she said that I have anxiety disorder. What is anxiety disorder? So when I look up the meaning of anxiety disorder, it is said that persons who are afraid, I think, not afraid, persons who think about the future, right? So you don't know what the future holds, so you just start worry about the future. What gonna happen today, what gonna happen this, so what gonna happen, yeah. And that was what I was diagnosed with. So I have anxiety disorder for quite a while, struggling with it because this was something that I have no idea about, never understand it, no know how to cope. But then growing and growing, so my main medicine was prayer and fasting. So guys, I fast a lot, I prayed a lot, and most of my prayer I cried out to God. I said, God, why is this happening to me each time, even when there's something even when there was something that was good that was happening, it was like it was the world crumbling down, and just like I couldn't find any happiness. And so I cried a lot, I prayed, I bawled, I fast, and I talked to God, and I said, God, why can't I happy each time? It's like I'm just sad no matter what happens in my life. you know. It's just like I'm just sad. And like the next thing that I noticed, like if I'm supposed to do something, like if I'm at a function and I'm supposed to do something, this nervousness just take me over. It just like my heart start pumping fast. I'm started to sweat and and nervous, and you know. But you see, as soon as my time was come to do whatever I was supposed to do, to perform whatever, as soon as that time come and I did it, then the nervousness just gone, and all these sweating and anxiety just gone. Yes, so that's what happen when you have anxiety disorder. And it has been a while. Let me tell you guys, it's not an easy thing to deal with, because you see, you would be here and you don't, it's like you never have anything on your mind. You wasn't worrying about anything, and it just kicks off. I don't know, sometimes like the stuff where you eat, or sometimes I don't know, the mind just easy to just I don't even know which word how to explain to you, but that's how it is, right? It don't have to be something bad. Even if it is something good, even if it is a milestone that you reach in a life, and it's something happy, you just, for some reason either you just start, you know, get nervous, and the heart start pumping fast and all of that. Yes, so yes guys, but guess what? What am I doing now? What am I doing now? Yeah, so from time to time, yes, I will have the anxiety, but guess what? I am learning as I go by, as I go older. Yes, as I go older, I'm learning how to cope, how to handle my anxiety. Yes, I am practicing to breathe in, breathe out. You know, breathe in, take count from 1 to 10, and then breathe out again. Yes, so not just that, but other stuff. So I'm learning. And then I said, you know, in my older age now, I said if I knew then what I knew now, then I would be able to manage my anxiety in a better way in those days. But as I said, it's a struggling, and it is really serious. It can lead you to probably death. Yeah, because sometimes to how you feel, let me tell you, I have had experience like I cannot remember as far back as I think in 19 in the 90s, right? Or maybe yes, in the early 90s, there was a person in my community that was killed, right? There's a person, this person is somebody that I used to, he has a shop. This is somebody that I used to go to the shop and to buy stuff, and he was killed. And you know what, that took a toll on me, and I never realized it until, you know, growing up and realizing what is happening. And so what would happen to me, I would go to work in the morning, and as soon as work is over, and like when I reach to the bus stop of the entrance of my community, my heart just keep a beat, bloop, my heart just keep a beat, and I say, oh my God, what is happening to me? Never knowing that it's the anxiety that is happening, that is causing me to be, my heart to be skipping a beat. And it's like when it's time for me to come home, I'm just worried, like I'm sad, like something is going to happen. Yes, that's the feelings the anxiety give you. And as the year goes by, you know, more and more stuff start happening, and you know, never really know how to cope, never really know how to angle it. But thanks be to God, with God's help and along with my doctors, my psychiatrist, yes, I've managed And I said, as I said, it's a struggle. So I'm still learning how to cope. Yes, to cope with my anxiety. And guys, you know what too? Even going into another country trigger of the anxiety. Yes, because I remember my first time traveling to America, and guys, let me tell you, it was like, it's a moment that I'm supposed to be rejoicing, but then there's another moment where I'm like sad. Oh, all my families, I miss my family. I'm in a different place. The climate, everything is different. Yes, so those are the things that happen to you when you have anxiety disorder. But I'm thankful to God. Why? Because I heard of persons who have anxiety. I was listening to this lady once on the radio, I think, and she was talking about her anxiety and saying that because of the anxiety, she's not able to work, right? Because of her anxiety, she would not able to work. But for me, I work all through this time. I worked, and it was like, because like when I'm at one place, I can't feel good, but when I keep moving, I keep doing stuff, I feel better. All right. And so the another thing, I had a brother that was murdered in 2017, and that is another episode, guys. That was another episode of the anxiety disorder. Let me tell you guys, had it not been for God, I don't know how I would have managed, because when my brother died, I just returned from America, right? And I saw my brother. I returned home and I think 6 days after I returned. But luckily I spoke to him when I returned home. I spoke with him and I was telling him everything that was happening, the experience I have in America and all of that. Yes. And luckily I did saw him that day, and we spoke, and I left him. So I think 6 days after I returned to Jamaica, my brother was murdered. My brother was murdered. And guys, let me tell you, it wasn't easy. I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry, right? I'm gonna be strong telling you this part, right? And so when I got the news that he was SHOT, I was at school. I was at my daughter's school. I went to PTA meeting, right? I went to PTA meeting, and on our way coming home, before we reached the bus stop, my sister and I was coming from the meeting, and the phone rang, and she says, like, what you say? And she continued to talk on the phone, and then when she hung up, she said, sister, brother just kill brother Pi. And guys, believe you me, it was like, oh my God, Jesus, I was crying the whole time. I was crying in the car. When we get the car, I was crying, and my sister was saying, don't cry, sister, don't cry. And I was just like, and guys, believe you me, It was so painful. And I don't know, but I know it's God. I know it is God who kept me. Because through the whole time, it's like whenever somebody's talk, you know, I was in the company of my siblings and they were talking, and it's like my whole body was in ache, was in pain, was in shock. And the things that was happening in the body, I couldn't explain to nobody. The stuff that I was feeling, the way that I was feeling, so the anxiety was coming on me, and I was just, how I deal with it, it's only God one knows. Let me tell you guys, it's not easy. Mental illness is not easy, and if you're not firm in God, it will take you out. But for me, I'm glad and I'm thankful to God. You know, I've never think of suicidal. No, I've never think that way. I always think about, I always afraid. I am always afraid of of dying, right? So I will never, that was never on my mind. Suicidal thought was never on my mind, right? So that is good. And let me tell you, I fight with all my might. When I say fight, I fight to stay healthy. I fight to stay alive. I fight these feelings, and only God, it's only God who kept me all this time. And so guys, I just want to tell you all, mental health is serious. It's serious. If you are not strong, then it will take you out. So tonight I am just, why am I doing this video? Once I wouldn't talk about it, once I wouldn't let anybody know what I was going through, but I realized that, you know, when I talk, you know, I release myself, and I am better able to deal with my anxiety. Let me tell you, I see even to go on the plane, you know, that's a trigger of anxiety. But guys, as I said, you know, I'm still learning how to cope with my anxiety, right? I'm still learning how to cope with my anxiety. Thanks be to God, because I know had it not been for God, you know, maybe I would be in the asylum, or, you know, in the mental health facility. But because of God's goodness and His grace and His mercy, He kept me, so I can share my story today with somebody, to let somebody out there know that, listen, if you are experiencing any form of mental health, please share with somebody, you know, tell somebody. Because lucky for me, I knew that something was wrong. Nobody tell me, nobody had was to carry me to the doctor. I knew by myself that this wasn't me, that things weren't going well, that it can't be that a normal person just get up every day and just afraid. What you afraid of? If you go anyway. I remember when I got pregnant, and my mother-in-law used to live in the country, and I, you know, would go there to spend holidays, you know, even to stay with her in the country. This fear would have taken me over, and I have to fight. And today, why I can tell my story is because God has kept me, and He's keeping me, and He's still keeping me, so I can share my story today, so that somebody who is out there can understand and know you know, the signs. Whenever your body is telling you something, please go and check it out. Don't sit and let it go bad and bad until it gone worse, until it can't fix, right? Yes. So, and the next thing, the medication, because you know, we have to take medication as the doctor would say, like just as you take your your pressure tablets, your sugar tablet, that is your diabetes, just as though you take your tablet for all those stuff. Yes, for mental health, yeah, you have to take your medication, right? Not everybody like the medication because it have its side effects, but you know, I tried, you know, sometimes I do sidestep it. Yes, sometimes I do sidestep it, but guess what, I have to go on with my life, right? And I can't continue living in fear, so I have to go on with my life and do what I have to do to stay healthy, and so I can encourage somebody. So tonight my word is to anybody out there who is experiencing mental challenge, right? If you are experiencing mental challenge, please speak to somebody. Find, you know, professional people who will lead you in the right direction so that you can stay on your feet and you can do what you love to do. Hence today I am here, you know, I wanted to start my channel for a long while, and look at me today. I'm here telling you my story. Once I wouldn't do this, right? Because of the fear that I had. But today, guess what? I'm no longer a slave to fear, 'cause I am a child of God. I'm no longer a slave to fear, 'cause I am a child of God. You enravel me with your melody. You surround me with a song from deliverance from my enemy. You surround me with a song. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. I'm no longer a slave to fear, 'cause I am a child of God. So, to all the persons that will come across this video, I want to encourage you. Trust the Lord, right? He will direct you in the right path, right? It doesn't matter how sad your situation is. It doesn't matter how rough it gets. There is a man who can calm any sea. Or there is a spirit, better yet, there is a spirit that can calm any storm. And though the storm are raging and the billows are blowing and the wind is tossing you to and fro, there is a spirit that will calm the storm. God bless you tonight. I do hope that this video will encourage you. I do hope that you will find some peace, some joy, some happiness in this video. God bless you. Continue to trust God, continue to serve Him, continue to live for Him, and He will see you through. It doesn't matter how rough the storm gets. Even if it is a category 5 storm, the Lord can take you out of it. God bless you. Peace. This is my Black Hen saying peace to you all. Thank you for watching my video, and thank you for subscribing to my channel, my Black Hen. from me to you say blessings and more blessing in Jesus' name. See you in the next one. Bye. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you all. Have a wonderful and prosperous and productive day.